Niko and Bobby.
The podcast.
What up? My name is Bobby Brickstone.
Niko de Gallo.
And you are watching Niko and Bobby, the podcast. Okay.
Yo, welcome to the fucking house. One of my favorite fucking guys. Very funny guy. You just moved to New York, like what, almost a year ago? 2 years ago?
No, it's been 2 years now, yeah.
Dude, make some noise for Mr. Pablo Pantaleon. Did I say it correctly? Did I say it correctly?
Yeah,
your
that's
last
good.
name?
That's good.
Dude, welcome to Rodney's Comedy Club, the Green Room, dog. How are you?
I've never been here. I'm excited. Yeah.
Welcome, dude. You're our first West Coast comedian. Okay. I know you're a New York comic now, but you started in the West Coast, correct?
Yeah. Sorry, I stayed there way too long.
Really?
Yeah, I lived in San Diego and did comedy for 8 years there.
Okay.
Which I think that's why I'm like still trying to figure out so much. But you know what? I also at the same time I feel like it's good that I came here kind of more mature because I was a wild boy when I was young. So
explain the 8 years doing comedy out in the West Coast and why it was whatever it was.
Was it only San Diego?
Yeah, I was only in San Diego. I popped in and out of LA to visit friends, but I'm not an LA comic. I wouldn't say that I'm an LA comic.
Okay.
But yeah, I started comedy at like 18 or 19, maybe on the cusp of 19, and I stayed in San Diego for 8 years and I moved out here when I was like 26 or 27 or something like that, and no, 26 I guess, and what's it called? Yeah, I feel like I stayed there too long, but you know, I didn't do anything after I got out of high school, so I just was like, I'm gonna be a comedian, and then you know I hit 25, and I'm like, San Diego comedy is retarded. I don't know why I'm here. You know what I mean? And also I was again like I said, I was not a nice kid. I wasn't a terrible person, but I burnt some bridges. I was a little bit of a dickhead, and so I'm 25. I was getting booked pretty good for a couple years, and then out of nowhere, people were mad at me, and I was like, I got to move to LA or New York, and then I started making a little bit of money working in the trades, and I'm like, New York, and then so now I'm trying to figure my shit out here, but yeah, I feel like I got stuck in San Diego a little too long. Okay,
and what were you just like doing clubs out there? Were you just doing, what was the spots you were at?
I hit a point where I was accepted by a couple spots. I was getting up at Madhouse, and I was at La Jolla Comedy Store, not LA, mind you, La Jolla, which is not as prestigious, not prestigious at all if you ask me, but it was a club to by the way, the owner hates me, and it's fine. Me and Bobby Lee actually bonded over how we hate him together. Yeah,
because he's a San Diego guy.
He's a San Diego guy, and so the manager of La Jolla, he wasn't around when Bobby was growing up, but somehow or another, as already a made man, Bobby Lee ends up hating this guy, and I hate him too. So I'm like, yeah, bro, fuck.
You heard they hate you, bro.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So you were just running around with Bobby Lee at the Comedy Store.
Well, yeah, I ran into him and we bonded over that. Yeah, if you pay attention, whenever he goes to San Diego, he does the American Comedy Company. He won't go to La Jolla, even though he's a Comedy Store, obviously legend in LA. Yeah, he doesn't fuck with La Jolla.
Dude, so you've been doing comedy for what, 10 years now?
Yeah, 10 years, yeah.
So tell me your origin story. How'd you get into it?
It's honestly, it's a fucking like little corny ass like movie. It feels like a little corny story. Like I was always obsessed with it from like the age of like 11. I got obsessed with it. I have like real vivid memories of like getting like a Dimitri Martin CD, like a George Lopez CD, like buying comedy albums as a child. That like, who does that? You know what I mean? Who's a child and is buying Ralphie May CDs from For Your Entertainment movie stores? You know what I mean? That's so weird. And it's like my mom let me do that, and it's like, okay, I'm a comedy nerd, I guess. And then I remember like thinking like, I remember having this fantasy where like I don't know why these comedians will have like 2 specials. I'm gonna have like fucking 15, bro. Like I was like and then I forgot about that because I'm ADD. I just have like a million dreams. As my childhood progresses, I have different interests. But I get out of high school, and I'm trying to post like funny content or whatever, and I have this like sketch idea where it has no story or punchline really. I just thought it would be funny to do a video of myself bombing, like on doing stand-up, right? I thought it would be a funny thing to see somebody struggle really badly on stage. And so I got like a brick wallpaper. I wrote like 5 jokes, and I put like water on my face to make it look like I was sweating, and I just like recorded myself like bombing, and then it just hit me like, why am I writing jokes for stand up and then recording myself when I could try to do stand up? And I Googled it, and San Diego is actually a good scene to start comedy. There's like 5 clubs there right now, maybe 4 when I started, 3. But yeah, there's comedy there, so I just started doing it. Wow. And it took me like about a year to realize that it's something that you have to like do every day, like or almost daily to learn and get good at it. Yeah. But I just never stopped.
When you went up for your first open mic, were you like hyped? Were you nervous? Were you just like, I can't believe I'm here? Was everyone in the room good, or were they just?
No, the very first time I went up was at a coffee shop, and I remember things kind of got like blurred. I was like the adrenaline hit me hard, and I think I did okay because I kept doing it, but I didn't do a real comedy club like until my second or third open mic. I went to the Comedy Palace, which no longer exists anymore. It's Mic Drop now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've heard of this Mic Drop.
Yeah, Mic Drop is cool. It's a cool club, right? Yeah, it's nice.
So 8 years there. Now you're in New York.
Yeah.
What do you think of New York comedy scene compared to San Diego?
San Diego? I mean, it's everything. It's.
Is it everything you imagine, or is it crazier, or is it less? It's like
Yeah, I do think it's everything that I imagined. I had like this bro, when the year that I was the year that I moved here, I the whole time was planning on moving to LA. And I visited here for like a week, and I just was like, this place is, and I've been to LA, so like I came here with like trying to compare, and I was like, yeah, this is crazy, and this is cool. I feel like there's way more opportunity here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true, but that's how I felt, and I just followed my gut. Yeah, and I think it's great. No.
When you were in San Diego, was it just because I know obviously California has just a big heavy population of just like Asians, Filipinos, Latinos, Mexicans, things like that, Central Americans. Were the people in the crowd, was it like mainly that versus like we're in New York, where I just feel like it's a way more like
New York is so diverse. It makes comedy so much like harder as far as like man, like when it, like you have no idea what like the cultural like landscape of the crowd is gonna be, and like sometimes sometimes people just look at you like, what are you talking about? Because like they just don't have the cultural context that you have. So it's like and that's the challenge. And I think that's why New York makes you like a better comic, because like it literally forces you to try to relate to people that just like they've never met a person like you, and you're like, I gotta find a whole like an entry point to like that you can relate to me somehow. Whereas like no, in California, I think you can count on the audience being similar to the previous audience like it's like you can build patterns way easier there. It's more, there's diversity there, but I think the culture is like a lot more homogenous. It's like there's subcultures for sure, but it's like you can count on like these 50 white people laughing at the joke that you plan on saying for sure, versus here it's like, I don't know what kind of whites are these guys, you know what I mean? Are these fucking Canadians or fucking Australians?
Spicy whites? Are you Lebanese? What is that? Like
Spicy.
Are these like legitimately just came from Poland people? You fucking never know in New York. It's crazy.
So when you had to perform the first couple of times, or the first time, whatever, and you noticed that, did you notice it immediately, or were you just like, oh shit, like I have like?
No, I think I noticed it. I was scared. I remember like I was like going to mics and like, I think my preconceptions are probably not what everybody comes with, but I had some preconceptions of like, can I say this? It's like, I'm in this club. Can I even say the F word or whatever the fuck? It's like, are they gonna get upset or whatever? I was like, it took me a minute to like see other comics be like, oh, okay, he's doing that. I can do my joke. That's like whatever, fits that vibe.
It is true though, because I know. Because I'm from here. I started in New York, and whenever my wife goes out to LA, I always try to hop on there with her.
Yeah.
She has to go out there for work, and I always try to see if I can do comedy out there, and it is different, dude.
It's different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I'm not saying that like I feel like I'm better. I feel like I'm better out there than I am when I'm over here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? But then again, it's because sometimes in the crowd, it's like, oh, there's mad Latinos, so I make certain jokes that they'll understand.
Yeah.
But then I do, when I come back here, I have to change them around a little bit so the white people can understand who Selena is and this
Yeah,
and that,
yeah.
who Bad Bunny is. They're
Yeah.
like, you know?
Yeah,
but
it's weird, like, but I mean, I guess that's just the game, you know.
It is the
Like,
game.
It's like you have to figure out different populations be laughing at and
100%,
stuff.
because you don't want to you want to make everyone laugh. You don't want to just make like
Yeah.
city people laugh. You
Yeah.
want to make people from everywhere else laugh, right?
I can't wait to go out there. I haven't gone out there yet.
I think
to do
it's
comedy.
easier. Honestly, I don't even think it's because of like your cultural background. I think it's just generally easier to get laughs in Southern California.
Really?
Just period. Like whoever you are. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like New York, for whatever reason, this fucking everybody's fucking slightly or way more jaded for whatever the people are just like impress me. That's the
yeah,
vibe,
yeah.
bro.
That's-
It's
yeah.
like, what do you got?
Yeah, I love
What's your and that's like over there. They're like, especially like outside of LA. I again, I don't really know LA too much. I've performed at a couple of places, but yeah, anywhere outside of the major cities, outside of LA, it's like it's just easier to do comedy, man. It's just people will give it up so much easier. It's so much more fun. Like it's like refreshing. You'll be here, you'll like be struggling out here, and then just go have like an amazing setup, and they're like, oh fuck, I guess I'm a good comic. I didn't even.
I feel like here we're so about that type 5, so it's like every 10 seconds something has to happen.
Yeah.
Like a punch, and I don't think that's in LA or in Cali that
It's
has to happen.
different,
It's
but-
very,
Yeah, I
like-
think people have like a longer attention span over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did notice that when I went out there to do like mics when I first started, they have a lot of like 15-minute mics, 10-minute, 12-minute mics, 7-minute mics.
And people will be there.
And I was like, holy shit, versus New York where they only have like a 3 or a 5-minute mic.
Yeah.
Right? You'll get 7 minutes if you're lucky, if there's not that many people at the mic. But I was very surprised. I was like, oh shit, people are doing like 20-minute mics. Like,
Yeah.
and they're paying like, you know, whatever, 15, 20. I was like,
That's
damn.
crazy though.
Because then I started thinking, I was like, maybe that's why a lot of them are like, there's way more storytelling because like they have all that time. They're really working on their stuff. Whereas here, we're just trying to be like, oh my God,
But-
trying to get
but, like,
fast.
That's
like,
the
really
culture,
imagine
though.
that,
You
like,
think it's a culture thing?
Yeah, it's a culture. New York guys want like
Probably like
the
make me
thing.
laugh, make me laugh now type of thing. You know what
Whereas
I mean?
like I do think in the West Coast is a little bit more patient and a little bit more like they'll humor you through the build up.
like imagine you going to a 20-minute mic.
Like,
Nah.
20-minute mic when you're just
Nah.
but when you're just getting started though.
Nah.
Because there's some people that have been doing
I'm going to
comedy like 2-3
sleep
years and they don't
immediately.
have 20 minutes.
Yeah,
You know, like I say I have 20 minutes, but I'm like,
yeah,
I'm
Is
going.
it
I'm
20
going up
minutes?
fourth. I'll be like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some.
yeah. It'd
I'll
be
be
tough.
right back.
It'd be a tough room. I do think it's like I think doing comedy over there is doing mics is better.
better.
I think it's over there. Yeah,
it is.
here-
It is. Everyone, they're a little more friendly out there. I noticed.
Yeah. Also, like, there's just less. There's less mics. So this is something I noticed. This is what I think. There's less mics, and so more people will go
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
fewer mics. Whereas, like here, everybody's trying to stay in their neighborhood,
Yeah.
and there's 100 places to
Yeah.
be at, and so you'll get more like micro mics where it's like just like you're doing comedy in front of 8-10 people.
Correct.
Whereas like over there, bro, like there might be only 3 mics in the city that night, but 30 people will be there.
The mics are
I was
packed. They're like almost like a
surprised.
little mini show. Kind
Yeah.
Very surprised when I went out there. I was like, Jesus Christ, these mics out here kind of fun. But it also
Yeah.
was because I was still so new and like being in a new city doing comedy. Like,
Yeah, you're shiny. They haven't heard your shit before. It's
even
fun.
like even when I went out to like Dallas to do like it was a Big Laughs Comedy Club, I think it's called
Uh-huh.
in Fort Worth. I was like, damn, there was like 40 motherfuckers there for the mic and like 20 additional audience members, and the mic starts like I think at 6 and it goes until like whenever the last person goes, and people all stay there and hanging out. I'm like, this is crazy. Never in New York would that happen, bro. They go up and they're like, peace out, and they're walking right out after
Yeah.
their shit.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But you know what? It is what it is. That's just kind of, I guess.
Well, there's no hangout hub here too. That's the other thing that's
Yeah.
cool about West Coast comedy. And you know, there's people that don't fuck with the store or like have like there's like different scenes, I guess. But like even those different scenes, like whatever small scene has. Whatever you're in, there's like usually like a place where people congregate and like hang out, like whether it be the store or like somewhere or Chatterbox in fucking the East Side or whatever. Like people kind of like regularly hang out as big 10, 15 people groups and shit. And it's like here in New York, it's like where are people hanging out? It's like maybe I'm just not invited, but it just doesn't seem like there's a big hub where like people can kind of like fuck around and hang out. It's like so the biggest result or thing that I feel like is a negative because of that is like it takes you like 2 years to meet people. I feel like the amount of people you can meet in LA in half a year, it'll take you like 2 years to meet in New York because people are just not like hanging out.
We just met today.
Exactly, and we've been in the same city.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? In LA, we would have seen each other at the store 15 times already. Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of how like Buddha Room is in a way, right?
Is Buddha Room the hang?
That's what
Buddha Room is like like Buddha Room is a hang. This Rodney's used to be a spot that people used to hang out at because like I started hosting the mics here and then I get other comics to host the mic, but then like there's like some falling apart with management and things like that, but. Either way, I do think that Buddha Room and
the Stand,
like Grizzly Pear, like Grizzly Pear is a nice hang for some comics, but it just depends on who you want to hang around with too. That's also the other thing. It's like, and it depends on if you want to, I would love to be hanging out in Brooklyn a lot more. I'm just like I don't live out there, and whenever I do get out of work, I'll never be able to make the mics on time.
Yeah.
So I feel like Brooklyn probably is a nice spot to hang, but I don't really know. But I do know that like the Buddha Room, like there's a bunch of guys that I know, and so a couple of girls that hang out there and just like shooting the shit. But again, they're also running around doing spots, so it's like
exactly. Well, maybe that's good.
Maybe that's good.
Maybe
I mean, people move here to do comedy, I guess, right? But at the same time, it's like I don't know.
What's another club that has 3 rooms? What's a club that has 3 rooms
in New York?
Yeah, is there a place like that?
3 rooms.
3. I don't know.
Because that's also
like
the magic. That's also the magic of the store. Is there's 3 rooms?
Oh yeah.
The cellar?
Yeah,
but the cellar,
you're not the cellar.
You can't even.
The cellar has different
like
places.
Tiny,
buildings.
right? Tiny was like
Tiny had 2, yeah, but I mean.
Yeah, but that's the thing though.
I hate to sound like West Coast supremacist, but it's just like.
It's like West.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Broadway has 2.
And by the way, I'm only saying that because it's like I want that shit here.
Yeah.
That would make my life
100%.
Like I would not even think about it.
Yeah, I think the clubs that do have the thing that you're asking about are the clubs that are like where you're a made man already.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because over there, you could be like a fucking new guy and just like kind of accidentally perform in front of somebody and like chit chat a little bit without being intrusive with people who already got some status. Yeah. And like it can be an organic way to just be like I do comedy, I'm in the scene, and like out of nowhere, older comics will just grow fond of you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like this guy's funny.
You're right.
It's like who's I don't think a single like touring headliner has seen me do comedy in New York. I've been here for 2 years and trying.
Yeah, no, it's true. I get what you're saying because even when I was the last time I was in LA and I was at the comedy store and like hanging out with like Cam and his girl.
Yeah.
Allison, right?
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying Alyssa, Allison. Yo, shout out to them. Allison's from Rhode Island.
I
was just in Rhode Island. And she gave me all the fucking.
Oh hell yeah!
Hilarious.
Hell yeah!
Yo, her Instagram is fucking crazy, hilarious. But bro, when I was there, she was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "Oh, you're Pablo's boy from New York," and then we just like we were talking like as if we knew each other from that long. I was like, damn,
she's the best.
She's the best, and Cam is mad cool too. And then like I was meet all these other comics, and then some of the comics that I was talking to. Fast forward, I'm like watching the Netflix Funny AF. I'm like, wait a minute, I was just talking to this motherfucker at the store, but they come up to you just talk, yo, what's going on? Whereas here, they're not doing that.
Bro, they're not talking. That's what I'm saying.
They're not doing
that. That's what I'm saying.
I get that because New York is. That's how New York. Even outside of comedy, but that's how New York is.
Yeah.
But also like out there, I was super surprised. Like I was like, what? Ian Edwards was coming up to me saying, "What up?" I was like, what?
Yeah, bro. I
went to New York. I was from New York, man.
All right, last.
What the fuck? I was in shock.
Last thing, and I'll shut up. Are there any like big like Christmas parties or like holiday parties where you can go and it's not weird?
Like at a club?
Yeah.
There is a Broadway
Broadway has
Comic
one,
Club.
the Stand has
Broadway
one.
has-
The Stand has one.
Maybe I could have gone to the stand one and I didn't go.
I think the Stand one you can just pull up if you're a comic, right?
Possibly, I don't know.
But I never been, but I feel like if you pull up, you got to pull up with someone so they can like introduce you, because no one's gonna be like.
yeah.
Some comics are nice. Some
Yeah.
comics are like real like down to earth people. Like I would do that. But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm still new to the game. That I don't really know that many people to be like, yo, pull up to this, pull up to that.
So what you're saying, like New York is not friendly.
It's not friendly, but you know what? That's fucking
No
probably
surprise.
good. You know what I mean?
Like it's while it's not friendly, but you're supposed to be friendly. You get what I'm saying?
Would
Like,
you?
it's like you can't come out here like hating on anybody, because then it's like you're gonna get pushed away.
You're shooting yourself in the foot.
You should be very like.
You got to be
like,
fake. You're saying.
Oh shit! You know, hey. You
gotta be fake?
That's a new joke I'm working on. Anyway, no, but that's the wild dynamic of it. It's like you know what I mean. It's not friendly, but you have to be friendly.
But that's good that you.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
good that you saw
being
that
a
in
good
tweet.
person and friendly moves you along.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people here that are not that funny, but they're really good people and
Yeah.
they're nice and they know how to network and like, you know what I mean?
All right, but I will say that I take that back. That one time we went to the Comedy Cellar just to chill and watch a show. We went to go watch a show, and then we went upstairs to the Olive Tree just to kind of hang out and get a couple of drinks. The comic that brought us in, like, gave us hugs and like
Simeon.
under his wing was like Simeon.
Yeah.
Official.
Yeah, he's
But
a
you
cool
know
guy.
Simeon is such a great
Flowers,
dude.
Yeah.
bro.
Give him the flowers. He is
No.
one of the funniest. When I saw him first time on stage, I think it was a Tight Pants 1 year anniversary or 100 shows anniversary, whatever, and he was hosting. Oh my god, it was just like
Simeon. Do you know Simeon? You know Simeon?
Yeah.
He's
he's
an
so
animal.
fucking cool. He's one of those. He was one of the people, like you said, like that's that kind of energy I felt like when I was at the comedy store.
Yeah.
He was like that immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Super good
fuck,
dude.
such
Super
a nice
good dude,
guy.
man.
But a lot of the comics though, I feel like they put up like this aura around them like that.
Yeah.
Like you go up to them. Some of them, the ones that are not autistic, they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
The other ones, they'll be like, okay, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. I like your don't tell, you know. But I think it's just going out there and just like shooting your shot and being like, hey man, I like this about you, I like that about you. But you're right though. I think every comedy scene is just so different, right? Because
Yeah.
I feel like everyone comes here and they think like I need to do this, I need to do that, and fuck this person. Like it's like it's a competition. Like, what are you doing?
I think New York has a higher ceiling though, so that's why I think it's worth it. No matter what, no matter what, it's worth it,
At the
bro.
end of the day, it's definitely worth it.
It's
You know
so
what I mean?
worth it, yeah.
for sure.
Because it's like when the comics you see like that stuck it out and like are having the most rewards is like they're just like running around the city doing like the best spots, multiple spots a night with like cool packed out rooms. It's like that's so fucking cool.
They're not hanging out that much.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
not hanging out that much. That's the thing. And if they are, it's like
Yeah, they working.
they're working, which is fine. That's the whole point of this town. But that's also the part of this town too is that outside of comedy, that's how people are.
Yeah.
Come to the city and they want to make it. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. And it's like, yeah, but then you sacrifice a lot of things outside of that. You know what I mean? So it's like it is what it is. It's a tough town. It has its pros and cons, but I think you just have to find a balance.
Have you gotten any really good advice since you got here?
Damn, that's a good question. Really good advice.
Or any advice from over there that they told you about this place?
No, you know what? I got some. This isn't really some advice, but I got checked after a set, and I needed to hear that. And it was my girlfriend. She watched me lash out at the. It wasn't an audience. It was fucking at a mic, but she saw me lash out, and she was like, "You have to stop lashing out." And I have a habit of lashing out a little bit when things aren't going my way because of maybe once or twice that helped me get the room back, like kind of like in a funny way, like shitting on the room or whatever. And a bad, or one good result that one time has given me a bad habit. And I actually have tried a lot harder not to be like, I'm not going to be mean just because, I'm not having a good time. Yeah, just that. Honestly, that's kind of been a pretty good game changer. Just not being fucking such a baby. Comics are such fucking babies. I probably am still a baby, but I was worse, and I think that's a big one. It's like don't be a baby.
All right,
You know what I mean?
All right. Like, give me an example of something that happened that you were like,
Just upset. Bro, one time I was at this mic and they reminded the audience. You might know what mic I'm talking about. They reminded the audience to get drinks right before my set. And so like half the room goes out and they're like, all right, and then your next comic is Pablo, and I'm like, fuck, I'm just so upset. And that and mind you, that happened after what I'm telling you, after my like self-reflection. And if I had gotten up there before I like really internalized that, I would have just been like, man, fucking this bullshit mic, and you guys are fucking all retards in here. And it's like I would have been, but instead I was like, you know what, I'm just bomb if I have to and try my best.
I'm a changed man.
I'm a changed man, bro. So all right, so then
you would have called me that last night.
Yeah, I would have burnt the bridge probably. Yeah.
Were you like that in San Diego too?
Yeah, super
Way
high,
more
insane bridge burner. Yeah,
back when
I'm the kind.
Back when you were throwing them back, you were crazy out there.
When I was about to leave to New York, I remember like I was like just saying anything. All right, one time. This is like just a couple weeks before I'm supposed to leave. There's a random girl walks into the club, right? And the club owner happened to be there, and I was just like, hey, his name, hey, this girl just walked in. Why don't you pass her in a couple of weeks? Just saying like anything, just like highlighting exactly what I think is the problem with him, and
interesting,
just talking, you know what I mean? And now just recently I went back to that club, and my friends got pull, so I headlined whatever show, and I saw the club owner, and he looked at me and then hid in the shadows a little bit, and that was really
just trying to see.
Yeah,
like, you think he was looking to see? I want him to bomb.
Yeah. How's he doing? I hope he's bombing.
So the best advice you got from your girl was like, yo, just bomb. Like enjoy the bomb, or just like deal with the silence, or
deal with it in a way where you're still trying to you can still learn something from it, or like at least practice a joke or whatever. Because this whole like make them feel negative is like not. Maybe it worked once or twice, but it's like it's not worth continuing that habit. It was a bad habit.
I see what you're saying, because now you're making them feel bad for being there type of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this is one of our favorite questions to ask, but what was your worst bomb?
Bro,
he was like, I already got it.
Yeah, no, I tell this story all the time. This is so bad.
And action.
I guess this is probably cancelable, but I mean, whatever. I really don't care. It's fine. I'm a changed person. But this is real. This happened. Okay, in San Diego, there's a comedy club.
How many years ago was this?
Shit, I must have been 20 years old, maybe 21 years old.
Fuck.
And in San Diego, there's a comedy club called the American Comedy Company. Do yourself a favor, if you're a younger comic who doesn't just get booked anywhere they want. If you're ever in San Diego, go to the American Comedy Company on Tuesday at 7:30, and you're gonna do a mic in front of 150 people. Right? This mic consistently has an audience. It's nobody knows why. It's a beautiful club, but people will come to this mic and watch the worst comedy for an hour and a half.
Beautiful.
So I'm a young man, and at the time I'm doing this bit where I say Asian people are the most unisex race. Right? That's my take.
Okay.
Now I go up on stage, and that's the first thing I say. That sentence takes 5 seconds to say, so I open with that. I'm 5 seconds in. I say that. In the back of the room, I'm assuming an Asian man. I don't know. Somebody in the back of the room says "fuck you," and I would go "fuck you, F slur." Right.
Okay.
It was
150 people.
Bro, it was more. It was like almost 200. It was packed. That night was especially packed. 200.
It was a tour,
bro. 200 people go, and I'm just like,
that was right when you started,
bro.
Right when you started the set.
Maybe like I lost the audience 7 seconds into the act, and I immediately realized there's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no fucking way I'm getting them back, and I'm like, all right, and I leave.
Hold on.
I walk off stage.
No.
I walk off the stage.
Like a minute in, you walked off stage.
Bro, 10 seconds max. 10
So you
seconds
said,
max.
Blah, 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 and then was like, all right, I'm out, and just left.
Yeah, I just left. Yeah.
He hit it with the, and I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, because I'm out.
Yeah.
Wait, did you like put the mic back in the stage? You just dropped the
No,
shit?
bro. I immediately saw red, and then when I came to, I realized everybody hated me, and I was sweating and hot, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna."
He was like, y'all ain't fucking with me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Y'all ain't fucking with this. I'm out. Y'all,
How do you segue? You know what I mean? How you're like, so you guys like Bad Bunny? You know what I mean? And what are you gonna do after you fucking piss 200 people off?
So what is it exactly that you think where do you think you went wrong?
I mean, I mean, besides lashing out verbally in the worst way, it was.
You were like angry when you said it, or was it like, man, fuck you?
No, yeah. I was upset. Yeah, I was upset.
Were you sober or you were?
No, I was sober. Yeah, I was sober. I just didn't do it.
You should have hit him with a, I'm just joking. You know I love y'all.
Yeah. I should have. Yeah, I should have done something different for sure.
He said, it's all good about.
They usually say you want to get a laugh the first 10, 12 seconds. So, I mean, you got something out of them.
Yeah, I was a fucking shock jock. I was an idiot.
Okay.
What are you
Well,
gonna do?
At least you know that.
Mind you, I have a joke that's kind of has that underlying like theme now that works, but it's like it's actually a joke now.
But it took time.
Yeah.
Because you figured it out. You knew exactly how to package it and put a bow on it and make it shiny. Wow. That's hilarious.
Wow.
I love that story, though.
Wow.
Yeah. Horrifying.
I don't know yet because I feel like I'm just like I'm still trying to figure out who I am up there, and I know I don't say silly, stupid shit like offensive shit like that unless I'm with my friends who are like, yeah, like I have a whole bunch of gay coworkers and like we fuck around, I talk shit like that, and then they're fine with it, but I'm like, I can't just say that to a bunch of like 200 fucking people in the crowd unless I'm really like sold on them.
Well, I have
they're sold with me.
I have
actually.
strong feelings that I was going to a spiel. Is that how you say that word?
Yeah,
spiel.
like a spiel.
Is that a Jewish word, or why do you
Is
have to
it?
say sh in the beginning of it?
Spiel.
It's like we took it from what is it?
I think it is. I think it's Yiddish.
It's
Yiddish.
it's a Yiddish word, huh?
Yiddish.
Spiel.
Like,
Yeah,
like Michigan. That's
I always go into a spiel. I think it's not worth your time to think about who you are. I think you should just do what comes to you, and it'll that over time you'll see that's who you were.
It's kind of like when you get drunk and like those thoughts come out when you're drunk.
Yeah.
And you don't say them when you're sober. It's just like, this is what you meant.
So it's like, don't overthink.
Don't overthink because you have no choice but to be yourself. Anytime you're trying to be something else, like an ideal of who you are, you're actually like taking a longer route to who you really are. It should just be like what you're excited about and like have an urge, like an instinctual urge to share. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like be you and allow the fan base to come to you, and you not try to go and be something that you're not.
Yeah, I mean, some people can do it. I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that it works out for them. But yeah, like trying to be something is like, I think like
trying to get an act together when it's like you just have to be yourself.
Yeah, just write what the fuck comes to you, and like the end product, you'll see it afterwards. It's like, oh, that's who I was at that time. It's you know what I mean? Because like I hear comics like try to like they're like, oh, I gotta write clean material, and it's like, why? I guess for TV or whatever, there's like specific reasons, but it's like, that's not who you are though.
Clean is where the money's at, though.
That clean is where. But is it really?
But is that really where you like why you want to do this art form?
No, I'm with you. I'm not clean at all.
Yeah,
but,
no, I feel you, but it's like it just seems like such a bad idea to like try to change who you are for the thing. It's like you're not going to be making the best thing that you can. You know what I mean?
I think my problem is that like I was like coming up like and still now like I just listen to so many podcasts or I talk to so many comics and they always talk about like, it took me a while to get my voice. And
Well, that's because that I mean, I'm acting like I know. That's probably because they had an idea of who they thought they should be, or they were emulating whoever the fuck their heroes were, and like it took them like some time to like, oh, I'm trying to be this thing that I'm imagining, and it's like I should just do what because how many people like start and like, bro, like how many people start and think, oh, I'm this kind of comic, and they're like, well, that's just because that's what your skill base is, and like you got to develop more before you like are comfortable talking about what you really want to talk about. You know what I mean? I remember I offended this one guy. He started comedy, and he was like whatever, like a year and a half in or something. And he's like only writing one-liners because he's a young comic. He doesn't know how to do it yet, and he's like thinking to himself, I guess I'm a one-liner comic. I'm gonna be, and there's other one-liner comics, so I'm just gonna go hard at this one-liner comic thing. And it's like, no, you're just a 1-year comic. You don't have the ability to tell a longer joke yet. You're gonna want to, I promise you. And he's like, oh, fuck you. You know what I mean?
I'm a one-liner comic. Damn it.
One-liner comics are still. Look at Jesselnick, and it's like, you're not Jesselnick. Yeah. You're just the one. You know what I mean? You're just learning how to do comedy. It's fine.
That non sequitur stuff is always like I try doing. I'm like I'm more of I've always felt like I'm more like a flow with the type of guy versus like da 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 da.
Yeah, it's like bro, Mark Normand has no choice but to be Mark Normand.
Yeah,
he's doing like that's how he thinks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He didn't make a choice to be like I'm gonna do this. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean. Yeah. I think it's very instinctual.
Do you think you found your voice yet?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I say a lot of nonsense, and I'm very.
But that's you. That's how you are.
That's how I am. That's
it.
I think if you pay attention to like how you're funny, conversationally or with friends or like that's like you just want to replicate that on stage. Yeah.
Well, that episode was nuts.
Yeah.
That shit was so crazy. You know what? We're going to have to split that up into 2.
Yes.
Let's give you part 2 next week. But in the meantime, why don't you subscribe to Niko and Bobby Podcast. We love the support. We need more. Give us a thumbs up. Why not?
Why not? Thumbs up. Come on now.
Part 2 next week. Come through. Bye.